Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. Wildcat Baseball is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, Devon Energy, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Lovington Auto Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, the First American Bank of Lovington, the Lovington Schools, and Western States Insurance. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. So happy to have you with us on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon from here at Wildcat Park as we get ready for a battle of the Wildcats today. It's the blue and white of Lovington versus the purple and white of Clovis. So two teams on a little bit different trajectory here in the early part of the season, Dawn, as Lovington has had kind of a rough road through their first 5 games of the season. They come in at 0-5, looking to notch their first W, while on the other side of the diamond, the Clovis Wildcats come in at 2-1. Clovis lost their first game of the season, a nail-biter to Cleveland 9-7, and then won kind of a marathon game against Los Lunas 12-8 before blowing out Belen 11-0. For the Wildcats, of course, we were here, 10 days ago for the season opener where Lovington had all kinds of problems in a doubleheader against Chaparral, losing 12-2 and 20-0. Right. Then they went over to the Seminole tournament and lost to the host team 11-1, and then dropped a game to Alpine 10-3 before losing to Denver City 15-1. So when you look at those scores, you think, okay, they got to find some offense. So it's still early in the season, though.
Right. And, and that is one aspect. They played without a lot of errors, and at least the Chaparral doubleheader that we called, and that was good to see. But yes, they need to find the bats. They need to get them swinging. They need to get on base and then move them around with timely hitting. So that's really, a big part of the part of their game that's missing a little bit. And if they can put that together, and it is still early in the season, so they got some time to try to put that together. And playing in tournaments and playing against teams above their level, like Clovis here today, above their classification, that should help them maybe.
Well, you certainly do hope so. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two squads. For the visiting Clovis Wildcats, batting first is the left fielder Eli Rodriguez. Batting second and playing second, Quinn Culliver. Batting third is the shortstop Javier Jimenez. Batting in the cleanup spot, playing right field, Kobe Rivera. Batting fifth, playing center field, Nathan McIntosh. Batting sixth is the pitcher, Josiah Mendoza, who is also the designated hitter. He will start the game as the pitcher, but should they need to sub the pitcher, he would stay in as the hitter. Number 7 hitter in the lineup is the third baseman, Bernie Lopez. 8th hitter is the first baseman, Gabe Tapia, and batting 9th for Clovis is Jackson Garcia. So when Clovis is in the field, it'll be Mendoza and Garcia. They are your battery. Tapia, Culliver, Jimenez, Lopez around the infield first to third, and Rodriguez, McIntosh, and Rivera in the outfield from left to right. For your home team, Lovington Wildcats, leading it off here this afternoon will be the third baseman, Seth Bohannon. Hitting second, playing center field will be Ryan Weiser. Batting third is the shortstop, Cameron Ochoa. Batting fourth and pitching will be Ethan Gonzalez. In the 5 slot, playing in left field, Patrick Sanchez. Batting sixth and catching, Cole McKillop. Batting 7th is the first baseman, Fidencio Lujan. Batting 8th is the second baseman, On Paredes. And batting 9th and playing in right field will be Abraham Rodriguez. So lining the Cats for you up in the field, you've got Gonzalez and McKillop. They are your battery. Lujan, Paredes, Ochoa, Bohannon around the infield first to third, and then Sanchez, Weiser, and Rodriguez in the outfield from left to right.
And head coach for the Lovington Wildcats this year, and taking over from Robert Ariola last year, is our head coach. I was looking back.
Christian Cruz.
That's right. Christian Cruz is our head coach. And the head coach for Clovis is Richard Cruz.
So we've got a Cruz and a Cruz.
And a Cruz, yeah. And his assistants are listed as Corey Adams and Jose Posada.
All right. So getting everything striped up out there after the teams have taken their warm-ups. The umps are out, and they're just about ready to go as Coach Cruz and Coach Cruz, looks like they're talking a little bit as they get the striping down on the field as we get ready to start this one here in just a few minutes. If I can get the phone to cooperate. Oh, what did we do before technology?
Something I noticed, and we talked about a little bit, is that there's a pretty big bench for our visiting Clovis Wildcats. They've got a pretty deep bench. Actually, I've got 6 players written down. Did you have 7? For their
1, 2,
bench?
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 7.
You have 7. Okay. I think I probably missed one on the lineup. So I'll look back at that, and we have 5 guys on the bench, so not too bad, but.
Yeah, so still early in the season. Of course, Lovington has got a couple of players that are still involved with basketball. And, of course, the playoffs get underway this weekend. The Lovington Lady Cats will start things off. Still think they should have got a home game, but I've learned never, ever second-guess the NMAA. They'll be in Los Lunas on Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock, and the girls in Los Lunas at Valencia High. I should be specific about that. So 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. For the girls' first-round game, the Lovington boys will be here at home taking on who else? Portales. I wonder how that worked. They'll be that'll be Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. Those games will both be available right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com as well. So looking forward, though, to a little baseball today. As we get ready for first pitch, we're going to be looking at around 72, 73 degrees, and the sun is still shining. Although once the sun goes down, it'll probably be we'll start getting a little bit chilly maybe by the end of the game. And, of course, everything is on here except for wind speeds, but we will have light breezes, looks like out of the – judging from the way this field points and the flag blowing more or less out, so that's to the northeast. So that means winds out of the southwest, and probably about 10, 15 miles an hour on the gust. So not too windy for March here in southeast New Mexico.
No, but late afternoon, and of course it's before the time change, which after this weekend, it'll be lighter later, but already long shadows casting across the field as the west sun looks into the right field side here. It looks their first, second base, right fielder looking directly into the sun, but they practice on this field, so they should be used to it, as I know that they practice after school in the evening, afternoon games. So of course, lights on the field, but we shouldn't need them. This game should be long over with before we turn dark, hopefully.
Or probably shortly
just
after dark, I'm thinking.
Think so? Okay.
As the coaches meet up at home plate with the officials, trading their lineups, getting their final instructions. Great to have you with us, of course, all season long. Proud to bring you Lovington Wildcat Athletics, both the Cats and the Lady Cats. Don't get to do that without those great sponsors you see there at the bottom of your screen, and you hear their ads. Please support those folks who support your Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, and even if you're not, please subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Once we get to 2,000 subscribers, I'll pull another $100 out of my pocket just to say thank you for subscribing. One lucky subscriber will get $100. So not the sponsors that do that, not the stations. That's something that I do just to say thank you for supporting your Cats and Lady Cats.
Yeah, I was just looking down. I'm guessing, I'm assuming that there was a JV game before this one today?
There may be one after this.
Or after it. Okay, that must be it, because I see a whole, I see extra blue shirts and some, getting warmed up over there in the bullpen area and the batting cage area. And then I see, for Lovington, they've got, not Lovington, but for Clovis, they've got a team sitting in the stands. So, and their jerseys are just kind of a lighter purple, whereas the varsity players down there have a really deep purple. So I'm thinking, okay, JV, that's interesting. They would have JV after this one. So
and that is becoming more and more common. Eunice has actually done that for a number of years now, where they play the varsity first and then the JV. Yeah. So not sure the reasoning behind that. Maybe it's to get conditions for the varsity more similar to what they practice in with the lighting and that.
Right.
I don't know that for a fact. I'm just talking here.
Well,
I've never actually asked anybody. Maybe I'll have to do that at some point.
Coaches are walking back off to their respective dugouts. And are we just going to? Do you think there will be some kind of a pledge of allegiance or a national anthem?
National anthem introduction of the players. So when they get ready to start the anthem, we will take a timeout and come back with the first pitch of this one. It's a battle of the Wildcats today here at Wildcat Park in Lovington. The Lovington Wildcats taking on the Clovis Wildcats, a 4A versus 5A matchup from here in Lovington this afternoon. And now the coaches have got their teams huddled up in front of their respective dugouts. Umpires are acting like they're ready. I think we're all ready, so here we go as the Wildcats take the field. And actually, we may just be getting this one underway.
Yeah, they may have. Well, I know that the Lovington Wildcats are definitely, they're thirsty for a win. They're hungry for that. They have yet to have a win this season, and they've got to be a little frustrated 5 games into it. So, I think that they're definitely going to be
and now they are going to play the national anthem. So we'll take a timeout. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. Back here at Wildcat Park, getting ready for the start of the 6th game of the season for the Lovington Wildcats as they take on the Clovis Wildcats. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, the visiting Wildcats, wearing their royal purple jerseys with white letters and numbers and white pants. They have purple caps and white batting helmets. For your Lovington Wildcats, they are in the home white unis with the blue pinstripe, blue letters and numbers, and Wildcats in script across the front, and the white lids with the blue bills and the L on the crown. So, all right, we are just about ready to go in this one. 72 degrees as Gonzalez and McKillop finish their warm-up tosses. Infield still warming up. It is Gonzalez on the hill. McKillop is the catcher. Lujan, Paredes, Ochoa, Bohannon the infield first to third. Sanchez, Weezer, and Rodriguez in the outfield from left to right. Eli Rodriguez will be the first hitter for the Clovis Wildcats. He'll be followed by Quinn Culver and then Javier Jimenez. Down the roster for Clovis, their cleanup hitter will be Kobe Rivera. Number 5 will be Nathan McIntosh. 6th hitter is their pitcher, Josiah Mendoza. Batting 7th, playing 3rd, Bernie Lopez. Batting 8th is the first baseman, Gabe Tapia. And in the 9 slot, it will be their catcher, Jackson Garcia. So maybe they've gotten kind of the game thing a little bit figured out here. As notice when we were playing Chaparral, they were giving them an inordinate amount of time between innings. I mean, 2.5, 3 minutes sometimes between innings.
It was a long time, and in fact, that game stretched out both of those games. It took 5.5 hours. It took more than 5.5, almost 6 hours to play those 2 games, and it was.
So Eli Rodriguez will step in as we are ready to go here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. As Gonzalez is ready, and he will kick in the first pitch, and that one is going to be at the letters, called strike 1.
Oh, nice pitch.
So a 1-ball, no strike count. We are underway from here in Lovington this afternoon. McKillop down, giving the signs. Gonzalez is ready. That's going to be the key, is throwing strikes. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is waved at. Good fastball. Blew it by Rodriguez.
I think he caught a piece of it, did he?
Oh, maybe.
Just a bit.
Bohannon is actually playing in a little bit over at third. Everybody else is back in their normal positions pretty much. As Gonzalez looks in, gets the sign, and the 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot. Please don't hit the white Toyota. And we will reset it. No balls and 2 strikes. As Sanchez playing pretty deep out in left. Everybody else middle out in the outfield, but straight away. Gonzalez ready to go, and the kick and the 0-2 on the way, the breaking ball up high. And that'll run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just a matter of trying to kind of keep it down a little bit on that one. Gonzalez has a good curveball, but it does tend to hang sometimes. Got to be careful about that. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is heading out into the parking lot too. And
He, I guess it must have hit him as he was swinging.
If he hit it, it shouldn't have.
But he took first base.
I guess they're going to say it hit him.
Huh,
So,
okay.
all right, we're going to say hit by pitch. And so that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, the second baseman, Quinn Culver, a lefty second baseman. That's something you see all the time.
True.
As Coach Cruz is going to come out, he wants.
I think he wanted an explanation why, exactly why, or no, I guess he's talking to his catcher.
Unless it was maybe catcher interference.
Maybe that could explain it. Why he swung, fouled, and still got to go to first. So
Yeah, because I
probably
didn't. I'm going to. So
the
I
glove
think it
was
was
up there,
yeah.
catcher interference.
So interference.
Right. Okay.
So, all right, catcher interference puts a man at first with Rodriguez as Lujan will hold him on over there. So now Culliver, the lefty, sets up McKillop outside the wind, and the pitch fastball away. And it'll be ball 1. Infield goes to double play depth. Outfield still pretty much where they were. Sanchez still deep in left. Weiser shading a little bit more towards center, or towards right in center, I should say. From the stretch, Gonzalez looks, kicks, fires, and that fastball in the outside corner looked pretty good from up here, but just missing away for ball 2.
It did look good. I think some of the Lovington faithful groaned a little bit too at that. So we weren't the only ones.
Big lead over at first for Rodriguez, almost daring Gonzalez to attempt the pickoff, and he'll step off the rubber, and diving back in is Rodriguez.
As with most pitchers, when he's in the stretch, he does take a little more time to work, whether there's somebody on first base or not. We notice that he does slow down a lot.
2-0 pitch on the way. That one right down the pipe. Culliver may not see a better pitch than that all season, and it'll be a 2-ball, 1 strike count. It'll take me a little while to get my baseball legs back under me. As Rodriguez leading off of first, Lujan holds him on. Infield at double play depth. And the 2-1 delivery on the way. Swung on and missed. They were trying the hit and run. The throw down to second is not going to be in time.
Ooh, nice throw, though.
Yes, it was. The speedy Rodriguez, though, with the stolen base. And it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Culliver at the plate. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count as they attempt the hit and run, and Culliver waves at one that was about 1.5 feet outside.
Yeah, but it was coming in with some good speed, and it broke a little bit late, and I think it was a good pitch. And it suckered him in.
As Ochoa going to shade over towards second to keep Rodriguez honest. Gonzalez checks. And he'll step off the rubber. And that will force Rodriguez back over to the bag. Nobody out. Runner in scoring position for Clovis. They're trying to do damage here in the first. 2-2 count on Culliver at the plate, and the pitch curveball swung on. That'll be a dribbler towards Lujan. He gobbles it up, he handles it, and tosses over to Gonzalez, chasing over to cover at first. So Culliver will be out 3-1 for out number 1, but it will go down in the books as a sacrifice as it moves Rodriguez over to third. So now Javier Jimenez, the number 3 hitter and shortstop for Clovis, will step in. 1 down, runner on the third sack. Infield pretty much goes back to their normal positions. Bohannon maybe a step or 2 over towards third to keep Rodriguez honest. A lot of times when runners go to third, The pitcher will go back to just the normal wind. Gonzalez stays in the stretch. That one swung on and heading out to the parking lot, and quickly no balls and 1 strike. The new baseball will come into play, and we'll reset at 0-1. 1 down, runner at third for Clovis, just underway, top of the first inning here at Wildcat Park on this Tuesday afternoon. Gonzalez takes the long look in, actually shakes off a couple. Now he's ready to go. He'll set at the belt. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one going to be in the dirt. And the count evens up at 1-1. Nice job by McKillop to block that one out. With a runner at third, very important to keep it in front of you. McKillop will set up right in the heart of the plate, and the 1-1 delivery. Curveball swung on. That one is hammered, but it is high in the air. It is too deep. Left center going back, and it is gone. As Javier Jimenez parks one out to deep left center. I thought that one was not going to get out of here, but it just kept carrying, and it is a 2-run shot for the Purple Cats, and they draw first blood on the 2-run home run by Javier Jimenez.
Yeah, just a solid hit. What can you say? It was just a really solid hit right in the meat of the bat. It had a good sound and good velocity when it left. Like you, I thought the wind might sort of hang that up or blow that out, more towards center. And but it just carried, and of course now we have a fresh batter, and the bases are cleared off and ready for Lovington to try to get the other 2 outs.
And 2 runs across now for Clovis as Rivera will step in, the lefty right fielder. He'll take the first pitch away, ball number 1. Yeah, on that one I almost had a flashback to the movie Major League where, no, it's too high. Like, well, it can't really be too high, I don't guess. Of course, there's the old story of Babe Ruth hitting a pop-up and getting a home run on it because he made it around the bases before it landed. So the 1-0 pitch is on the way, and that one is going to be away, and ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count to the cleanup hitter, Kobe Rivera, as Gonzalez will just stay in the stretch. McKillop down, flashing the signs. And Gonzalez will deal the 2-0, and that one swung on, and that one is going to be lined into the netting just to the right of the Lovington dugout. And will run the count to 2-1. A 2-1 count, 1 down, base is clear, but a 2-0 lead for Clovis here in this top of the first inning. Nathan McIntosh waits on deck. Phillips set up towards the outside portion of the plate, and the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Good one, as that one almost crossed up McKillop a little bit as he was expecting it outside, and it dove back into the inside. But it works, and it evens the count at 2-2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count as McKillop looks in, flashes the signs back out to Gonzalez. The high kick and the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. 2-way now on the first strikeout of the ball game for Gonzalez.
And up next for the Wildcats, number 15, Nathan McIntosh.
So now McIntosh to the plate for Clovis.
Not unusual to see a strikeout right after a home run, because as a pitcher, you just hate giving up that home run, and you really buckle down and focus, and you're kind of mad, and you put that energy into the pitch, and a lot of times you strike them out.
And the first pitch to McIntosh will be low for ball number 1. I will trust the pitcher in the booth to know that. So,
well, never played baseball, practiced baseball with the guys, with the little league boys that my dad coached, but I never played the baseball. Never played the game of baseball. Just softball.
1-0 pitch, and that one will be inside and low for ball 2. Yeah, but I've got to think especially at a competitive level, the mindset is the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
a lot of things are similar there.
Yes, they are. 2-ball, no strike count to the number 5 hitter, the center fielder, McIntosh. As Gonzalez will deal the 2-0, swung on there, and that is a chopper. Ochoa handles it next to the bag at second.
Nice.
Makes the long throw over to Lujan in time, 6-3. For out number 3 to retire the Clovis side, but the damage is done as they put 2 runs across on 1 hit And so after a half inning, Clovis 2, Lovington coming to bat. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Welcome back to Wildcat Field for Lovington baseball. In the top of the first, there were 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the first, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Seth Bohannon leading it off for the Cats. It'll be followed by Ryan Weiser and then Cameron Ochoa. That is 1, 2, 3 for the Lovington Wildcat squad. Mendoza on the mound. Garcia is his battery mate. Tapia, Culliver, Jimenez, Lopez, the infield, first to third. Rodriguez, McIntosh, and Rivera in the outfield from left to right. So Mendoza, the hard-throwing lefty on the mound, and Bohannon will step in, and Mendoza's first pitch is a fastball high for ball number 1. Just watching him warm up, Mendoza, I'm speaking of, the hard, he throws it pretty hard, but it looks like it may be a heavy ball too, almost. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one right down the pipe, and leaving it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lopez in a little at third, and that one is going to be up and away for ball number 2.
He's a pretty fast worker.
Yes, he
on
is.
the mound, yeah. He does not waste much time. Now, we'll see what happens when he's in the stretch, but he's pretty quick.
2-1 pitch on the way, and that one is going to be low for ball 3. Good eye for Bohannon leading it off for the Wildcats. Lovington trailing 2-0, just underway here in the bottom of the first inning. 3-1 pitch on the way, and that one is going to hit the outside corner, and that'll run the count full to the leadoff hitter, Bohannon. Of course, that's what the leadoff hitter's supposed to do, is see a lot of pitches so the guys behind him can kind of look and see about timing and whatnot.
Bohannon pitches as well.
And the payoff pitch, and that one is going to be on the inside corner. Called strike 3. Bohannon was ready to head to first.
And
instead, it'll be a strikeout. So now it'll be Weiser to the plate with 1 down for the Cats.
Oh, and something tells me sometimes when you make the decision for the ump, whether it's a ball or a strike, if it's close enough and you've already taken off, sometimes the ump, just to make a point, will go ahead and call it a strike. So
first pitch to Weiser, a fastball up and away for ball 1. Normally a lefty has a variety of breaking and cutting pitches. All we've seen so far from Mendoza are fastballs. The 1-0 pitch, and that one sails for ball number 2.
Yeah, I was like Seth. I was like Bohannon. I really thought that was inside. That was a ball, but
guess they're going to sail maybe it cut late and just hit the plate. And the 2-0 pitch inside.
And see, that if he called that one a ball, I think that was more of a strike than the other one, the one that got Bohannon. But there's a reason why we're up here and we're not down there hovering over the plate.
And the 3-0 pitch, and that one is going to be off the outside corner. Ball 4, and Weiser will work the 1-out 4-pitch walk as he will travel on down to first as Tapia will slide over to the bag to hold him on. Now Cameron Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa, the righty, of course, also on the football team.
Right. A couple of these guys are multiple sports players, or football and baseball. It's a little hard to do, although some students do, even especially at the small school level, will play basketball and baseball as well.
As Ochoa waves at the first one, strike one. Weiser not much of a lead over at first. He's on the bag right now. He is very fast on the base pass as Tapia holds him on. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one almost sailed a little bit, but came down, and Tapia able to handle it as Weiser back in over at the bag.
He was out for a good part of the football season with injury, and good to see him. He was able to go in, and I guess he's healthy for baseball as well.
0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be at the top of the zone, and strike two. So Ochoa down, no balls and 2 strikes. Lopez over at third playing well in on the grass.
And, of course, I was talking about Weiser, not Ochoa, although, both of them play football as well as the baseball.
So from the stretch, Mendoza at the chin, the 0-2 pitch, curveball swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Could be trouble. It's Tapia back, but can't get to it, and it'll fall just into foul ground. So Ochoa stays alive by chopping one just foul, and will reset. No balls, 2 strikes.
Definitely got some power and capable of sailing, really connecting with one if he can. Lovington needing to get there down 2-0, needing to get some runs across, try to even things up.
Weiser with about a step off of first, and the 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be just low.
He flinched. He gave it a look, but didn't offer.
At 0-2, if it's close, you probably got to at least be thinking about it.
You do, and he was. I think he was ready in case it looked close enough to be called a strike.
From the stretch, and the kick for Mendoza. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3 as Ochoa goes down swinging. Second K of the inning for Mendoza. Now 2 down for the Wildcats as the cleanup hitter Ethan Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez going to look to help his own cause out here. See if he can keep the line moving, maybe get the run or both of them back. Mendoza will look over at Weiser at first, and the first pitch, and swung on, and that was the first breaking ball we've seen, or at least the first true breaking ball we've seen.
And he hit it very close to his hands. He hit it on the narrow end of the bat, pretty close in.
Well, Gonzalez fouls it off down by the third base coaching box in front of the Lovington dugout. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Weiser on first after the walk and the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Garcia, and Weiser with good speed takes off to second.
Good steal.
So on the passed ball, Weiser will take second base, and Lovington will put a man in scoring position. Count evens up at a ball and a strike on Gonzalez. Is it just a quick little meeting between Mendoza and Garcia?
I said steal. It would have been nice to write that steal down. Of course, he had to be moving. He
have to go into plate protection mode here. And the 1-2 pitch, curveball swung on, and that is a chopper on the second hop. Culliver gets it deep in the hole at second, flips it over to Tapia at first. 4-3 for out number 3. So Lovington puts a man on, but can't move him around. We have played an inning here at Wildcat Park. It's Clovis 2, Lovington nothing. Lovington Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Z94 KZOR Facebook page.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And in the bottom of the first inning, there were no runs on, no hits, and no errors. One left on base. We go to the top of the second with the
And Mendoza will lead it off, and he will ground it into the second baseman. Paredes will come over and gobble it up and fire it over to Lujan at first. It is 4-3, 1 pitch, 1 out. That's efficiency.
That is truly efficient. Yeah, nice to see it. Let's see if they can.
So now it'll be Bernie Lopez to the plate. Clovis with a 2-0 lead here at the top of the second.
Let's see if they can continue to be as efficient here. Like to make quick work, get back in the out.
Gonzalez will kick and fire to Lopez, and that one going to sweep across the plate, but low. Ball number 1. Still the 1 ball, no strike count. Mendoza, Lopez, Tapia, 6, 7, and 8. First 3 up for Clovis. Gonzalez going to stay in the stretch, looks like. As McKillop sets up on the outside and the 1-0 pitch, and it comes outside and high, ball 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Great to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. I wished it was Saturday. Tuesday afternoon.
I was waiting for you to catch yourself before I jumped in.
And the 2-0 pitch, and that one's right down the pipe. It has been a long day.
Well,
I have been in basketball sports heck all day.
Yeah,
so
and working a lot on Saturday and aspects of getting games on the air. So I think your head's stuck in Saturday for sure.
And the 2-1 pitch, curveball swung on and missed. Great pitch there from Gonzalez as Lopez just waves over the top of that one, and it'll be strike 2. A nice pitch there from Gonzalez.
It certainly was.
And so it is a 2 ball, 2 strike count. 1 down for Clovis here in their half of the second. Gonzalez is ready to deal, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled off.
Wow. Just caught enough of that to stay alive at the bat.
Yes, he did. So
wearing lucky number 13.
And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm sorry, working on a couple other projects here.
Right.
So the 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that'll be a hard shot. Ochoa gobbles it up in the hole at short, fires it over to Lujan, pulls him off the bag, and he sweep tags back and gets him on the leg, but not before he crosses the plate. So safe, and that'll be an E6 as the throw pulled Lujan off the bag. He had plenty of time to get him, so the first error of the ball game puts a man at first.
It was a nice stop too, and it looked like a good throw. Had plenty of power. It's just a little too high.
Yes, it was. Can't rush it. So 1 out, 1 on, and popping off the hill is Gonzalez. As getting the lead over at first is Lopez, who reached via the air. He's got a big lead over there. Lujan holding him on. And the wind in the first pitch took a little bit off of that one. Tapia waves over the top of strike number 1. So it'll be a 1 ball and no strike count. Lopez off of first, and the 0-1 pitch, and that one going to be in the dirt. Gets away from McKillop momentarily, but he corrals it up in plenty of time. Keep the runner stapled at first, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Still a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lovington playing from behind. Clovis trying to add on to the 2-0 lead, and that one is going to get away from McKillop. It'll be ball 2, and on the passed ball, that will move Lopez over to second.
So 1 out, though. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the order. Be good to try to get these batters at the very bottom if they can before they start back up through the lineup for the second time around.
So a 2-ball, 1-strike count as Paredes over to keep Lopez honest at second. 2-1 pitch fastball. That one just missing away.
Just missed.
For ball number 3 to Tapia, the first baseman. So now a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Just need to pitch to contact. That's something Gonzalez is pretty good at. They don't often hit him hard. I say that, an inning after he gave up a home run, and that one will be a high shot out to deep left center as Weiser goes back, and that one is going to be off of the wall, and that will get a run home as Tapia heading towards second, and he will slide in with an RBI double out to left center, and that'll make this a 3-0 ball game. So the error comes back to bite the Wildcats as Tapia stands at second after the RBI double. So that'll be the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Jackson Garcia, for the Purple Cats. And waiting on deck, they turn the lineup over with Rodriguez. The big inning has kind of been the bane of the Wildcats through the first 5 games of the season. Dallas kicks and fires inside, and that'll be ball number 1 to Garcia. The 1-ball, no-strike count. Paredes shades over to keep Tapia at second. Tapia not a huge threat to run, but he gets an opening, he will. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air, tailing out towards center as Weiser goes back.
Nice.
And will take it on the run and turns around and fires in, not giving Tapia enough time to advance. And so Garcia is out on the fly out to center, and there is 2 down. So that'll turn the lineup over, though, back to the top of the Clovis lineup with Rodriguez, who reached because of catcher interference and then scored on the 2-run home run by Jimenez.
Really nice catch by Weiser out there. He didn't have to move much, but I tell you what, he has so much speed, he can cover tons of ground out there from center field. But nice catch and a good throw in.
And the first pitch into Rodriguez will be low for ball number 1, low and away. A 1-ball, no-strike count. 2 down. Lovington trying to limit the damage here in the top of the second. Keep this a 3-0 ball game. And that is again shading over towards second to keep Tapia honest over there. He's got a pretty good lead. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be hit off the fist, popped up into shallow center field. That one carries in the wind, and Weiser shades over just a little bit to his right and will make the grab. So back-to-back flyouts to center will end the Clovis half of the second. We've played an inning and a half. It's Clovis 3, Lovington nothing. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, in the Z94 KZOR Facebook page with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle in the top of the second. Clovis gets 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error committed by the Blue Cats, and 1 runner left on base. So we head to this bottom of the second inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Patrick Sanchez, Cole McKillop, and Fidencio Lujan due up for Lovington. As Sanchez will step in, and Mendoza's first pitch, the heavy fastball, is high for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no-strike count. Mendoza, the quick worker, deals the 1-0, and that one is going to bounce off the plate. Spiked one for ball number 2. As McKillop will go over and retrieve the errant baseball and then head back to the on-deck circle. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one's going to be high for ball number 3. So through the first inning plus with Mendoza, he has hard, heavy stuff, but he has a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. The 3-0 pitch, and I say that, and as he throws one right down the pipe for strike 1.
Well, he threw the strike when he had to, so we'll see if he can do another one. And obviously the take sign was on, so.
3-1 pitch, and that one is going to be outside. Downward break on it. And McKillop over the top of strike 2. So the 1-2 strike count. Fidencio Lujan waits on deck. 1-2 delivery, and that one is going to be swung on and missed as McKillop chases one up around eyeball level. Pops the bat down in frustration. That'll be strike number 3. Third K of the ball game for Mendoza. And now Fidencio Lujan to the plate. The lefty first baseman in Coach Cruz's lineup. Will settle into the right side box. Runner at first is Sanchez, who worked the leadoff walk. And the first pitch swung on, and that's a chopper going to come right back to Mendoza. He'll fire over to short and then over to first, and in time to get the 1-6-3 twin killing. And that will end the Wildcat half of the second. Not the most conventional 1-2-3 inning you'll ever see, but I don't think Clovis is going to mind. We've played 2. It's Clovis 3, Lovington nothing. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment from the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball, as in the bottom of the second inning, there were no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the third. Lovington is trailing 3-0, and with the call is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn. It'll be Culliver, Jimenez, and Rivera, 2, 3, and 4, due up for the Clovis edition of the Wildcats. They lead, as you mentioned, 3-0. Thanks for being with us tonight, wherever you are around southeast New Mexico and the world, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com, also the Z94 KZOR Facebook page. So Culliver with the sac fly, his first time up, and he will take a hack at a Gonzalez fastball. Into no ball, 1 strike count, so officially Culliver is 0 for 0 because of the sacrifice.
But he did move a runner around in that.
Yes, he did. That's why he got the sack.
Right. And that runner actually ended up crossing the plate.
And the next pitch, breaking ball and just missing. It broke a little bit too late. Didn't catch the plate, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Culliver leading things off. Grounded out to first his last time up in the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low and away, ball 2. Oh, it's a 2-1 strike count, top of the third inning. Clovis with the 3-0 lead. Lovington doing what they can to just keep it right here. I don't know what Gonzalez was checking back there. Now he'll come to the plate, and that one is going to run inside. One looks like it slipped out of the hands a little bit and ran away from McKillop and everybody. Nobody on, so no harm, no foul. It's just ball 3. Outfield playing fairly deep. Infield, their normal positions. Weiser maybe a step or two over towards right. And the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be hammered down the line in right and going to go just foul by about 3 feet down the right feet line. And so Culliver has a long, kind of loud strike 2. No runs the count full, 3-2. They're really not playing Culliver to pull the ball in the outfield. And the payoff pitch swung on, popped up over on the left side. I think that one may get out of the park. Nope, it won't, but it'll fall down before anybody can get to it as Bohannon, Gonzalez, McKillop all giving chase.
Good hustle by all of them.
Yes, it was. That one just couldn't get to it quite in time. So we'll reset 3-2. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Clovis. Umpire gives a new baseball to McKillop, who relays it out to Gonzalez. A big deep breath for Gonzalez. Looks in for the signs, has what he wants now. McKillop sets up outside. And the 3-2 on the way swung on, and that is hammered and off the glove of Lujan, and will skitter out into right field. Gets away from Rodriguez and going to go all the way to the wall as Culliver rounds first and heads to second.
That was tough. Not only was it a chopper that took a bad bounce, but the sun is right in the eyes right there into first and second. So,
and I'm going to put it down as a double.
I think so. I don't think that was an error. That was a sharply hit ball, a chopper. That was hard to really hard to handle. I don't think that was a playable ball.
Yeah, as hard as that one was hit, and it was also skipping and kind of going around. Yeah, right. I think we're gonna go ahead and call that a double, I think, just because of the conditions and the sun in the eyes.
And it would be the same had it been Clovis in the field, you know.
So the double for Culliver is now Jimenez will step in with a runner in scoring position. And Clovis going to try and have that big inning. That us over towards second to keep Culliver honest, and the pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the right side of the infield. Carries out and goes over, and it'll drop between everybody, but because it was so shallow in, nobody can take off, as tossing it in will be Rodriguez, but it'll be a bloop single. That's a Texas leaguer by definition. To right field, so now it'll be Kobe Rivera to the plate. Rivera, the cleanup hitting lefty, will step in with nobody out and runners at first and second.
Lovington in just a little bit of a jam here. If they could quickly find a way to get an out or two without a lot of damage being done. You know, they only allowed 4 batters there, in the first inning, and only 5 in the second.
And Gonzalez pulls up on that one a little bit, and it'll be ball 1 to Rivera. Now is not the time really to nibble.
Yeah. So but they don't want to have that inning where they let Clovis bat around before they get the outs that they need.
So nobody out, 2 on. The cleanup hitter at the plate for Clovis. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be away for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. Jimenez at first, Culliver at second. And Clovis trying to tack on to their 3-0 lead. Gonzalez in a jam here in the top of the third. Killip flashes the signs and the 2-0 pitch, and that one going to be high for ball 3. Now a 3-ball, no strike count. Yeah, perfect world, you could get a grounder over on the left side and maybe get a third to first double play.
Got to have a strike here. Got to deliver.
Yeah, need the strike. Yeah, you need the strike here for sure. Perfect world, you get the strikeout and then the inning-ending double play.
Right. Well.
And the 3-0 pitch, and that one is going to blast the inside corner, and he got the strike when he needed it. 3-1 to Rivera.
Good pitch.
Yes, it was.
A lot of pop in the glove, a little fire on that.
So now it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. A few folks in the stands for this afternoon affair.
Yeah, as it gets a little later, we've had more and more joining. This one started pretty early at 4:30. Working people not able to be here right at the beginning of this one.
3-1 pitch is eyeball level, and lost him as Rivera will trot down to first, Culliver to third, Jimenez to second. So now the bases are loaded with Nathan McIntosh to the plate. McIntosh grounded out to Ochoa. It's short his last time up. He is 0 for 1.
Well,
And now nowhere to put him.
The bad news is the bases are loaded, but the good news is there is a force on any base, so a little easier to get the out maybe.
Always look for the bright side.
That's true.
And the first pitch to McIntosh is
Yes.
outside corner. Yes, it is. Strike one.
Nice pitch.
Rivera at first, Jimenez at second, Culliver at third. First walk issued by Gonzalez. Loads them up. Infield is playing in. They would trade runs for outs at this point. Of course, they're going to try and gun somebody down at the plate if they can, and the curveball breaks in. Ooh, good late break just into the zone at the back of the plate. Nice. Inside corner, strike two.
Yeah, and he took just a little speed off of that, and it was very deceptive. Of course, McIntosh really crowds the plate the way that he leans over.
Yeah, he kind of leans over as an open stance, sticks his chest out. It's an 0-2 pitch swung on. That one hit off the fist. It's a slow roller. Bohannon gets to it, and he's just going to have to go over to first. Only chance he's got. And so McIntosh will be out 5-3 for out number one, but it will cash Culliver in, so it'll be a sacrifice RBI for McIntosh. Moves everybody along as Jimenez to third, Rivera to second. But now there is one down, but it's 4-0 in favor of Clovis as the pitcher Josiah Mendoza to the plate. Mendoza grounded out hard to second to lead off the second. He's 0 for 1, but now with a golden opportunity to help his own cause on the hill. As the first pitch from Gonzalez is going to be in there, called strike one. So we'll run on a couple of hits in this top of the third inning for Clovis with a 4-0 lead. Trying to extend it out. Gonzalez takes the long look in. McKillop will settle in, and the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be hit off the end of the bat. And it'll be bobbled by Bohannon, and he is going to sail that one, Lujan, up over the top. And so it'll be the E5. Telling him to go step on the bag, and nope, they're saying he got the bag. And so Mendoza will cash in Jimenez. It'll be an RBI for Mendoza, but he will reach on the E5. And so that'll put, pardon me, Cats at the corners, and now a 5-0 lead on the second Lovington error of the afternoon. Bohannon kind of bobbled that one and then had to rush the throw and airmailed it. Lujan did a nice job. That's the second time he's done a nice job on one that's airmailed and trying to get a sweep tag or land on the base or something.
He's been able to climb the stairs, and pull that down and try to minimize the damage over there on first. And it was a good knockdown. He just, at third, he just tried to field it before he had it in his hand, and that's the problem. That's the danger there.
Now Lopez at the plate as that one dropped by McKinnon, gets it quickly, stays in front of him. It is ball one. Lopez 0 for 1, reached via an error and scored back in the second.
I think I said that wrong. He tried to throw it before he had it in his glove, before he could field it. So
I knew what you meant.
I knew you were following.
So Cats at the corners. The problem is they're the purple Cats at the corners and the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be a good breaking ball that nips the outside and evens the count at Lopez to 1-1. Weiser shading a little bit over towards left center this time. Sanchez in left playing well back. This is Rodriguez in right. Infield is not at double play depth. They might ought to think about that. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner, strike two. And Mendoza will take second base. So the stolen base as they were trying to bait Rivera off a third. A 1-ball, 2-strike count to Lopez at the plate. McKillop relays the signs out to Gonzalez, who stares in, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chopper foul over the head of McKillop. And the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gabe Toppy awaits on deck. With just 1 down and 2 across for Clovis. Putting up crooked numbers, as they say. They have done it twice.
And by my count, I think Gonzalez has pitched about 50 maybe 50, 51
1-2
pitches.
pitch, and that one is high for ball number 2. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
About 50. I've got it down as either 50, 51.
There
were a couple, 3 foul balls in there.
Yeah,
so.
and those count as against your pitch count.
That's
I
true.
do have a pitch counter here. I never use it.
So I'd say a minimum of 51 and maybe up to 54 if I missed counting some of the foul balls.
And the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be just away
just
for
missed.
ball 3. Gonzalez wanted that one, but the man in black said, nope, umpires wearing black today. Although people will still groan, oh, come on, Blue. So it's a full count with 2 on, 1 out. 2 runs already across for Clovis. They're trying to get the big inning. McKillop sets up outside. Payoff pitch swung on, and Q shot it off the end of the bat. And over towards the on-deck circle as Tapia has to get out of the way of that one. So staying alive at the plate, Lopez gets a piece of it, and we'll reset full count. As Gonzalez says he'd like a new baseball, please. Tosses into McKillop, who can give it over to the official, who's going to check it off. See if it's all right after the foul. He'll take it out of play momentarily. And
until a few years ago, you didn't have to worry about the pitch count in high school baseball here in New Mexico, but now you do.
Yeah, probably about the last 15 years or so.
Right.
Might be 20 by now. It will reset, and Gonzalez will deal payoff pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Nope, he held it up, and that'll walk the bases loaded once again as the struggles continue for the Cats. And now Gabe Tapia to the plate. Tapia 1 for 1. He had a ringing RBI double to left center an inning ago, but now nowhere to put him, and the bases full of his teammates. Lopez at first, Mendoza at second, and Rivera at third.
And this is the 7th batter that Gonzalez has faced in this at-bat, the most so far in the game.
As Gonzalez is going to look in, needs to bear down, and the first pitch is going to be up and away, and that'll be ball 1 to Tapia. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Bohannon will come in on the grass at third. Lujan on the grass at first. And this is a situation where you'd think about trading and run for an out if you could get it. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be just low for ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Number 7, make that 8-hitter in the lineup. That is Tapia. I've heard the 8-hole called the second cleanup batter. And the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be hammered out to deep left field. That is back, and gone. No doubter, as that one heading over towards Lady Cat Field, and a grand salami for Gabe Tapia clears them off and blows this one open. Now a 7-0 Clovis lead. Ouch, 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 ouch. Not much more you can say about that. 6 runs across, 9-0, I should say.
I was about to say, I was adjusting my scorebook thinking, hey, a couple of runs short there.
I was just counting them as they cross the plate,
to
be exact.
I'd like for it to just be, maybe 7-0. That would be good.
Timeout taken on the field as they want to talk about it, as Clovis has busted this one wide open here in the third. Coach Cruz is going to call his entire infield in, and they're going to have a quick word as Jackson Garcia waits on deck. Garcia 0 for 1, flew out to center back in the second. Now the Cats have got to figure out a way to get out of this one, but fortunately the bases are clear now if you're looking for a spot of good news.
Well, they can just take a deep
breath. Problem is they clear after a grand slam.
Just take a deep breath and reset and just try to work the outs one at a time. Get them as quickly as they can.
So Garcia, the catcher, will settle in with the bases cleared and 1 out. Gonzalez will deal the fastball outside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 1. 1-0 1 strike count. Infield goes back to pretty much their normal positions. Lujan playing quite a ways from the bag at first. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be in there to Garcia, called strike 2.
Garcia with that long fly out to center field the last time up. So he's 0 for 1.
And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chopper. Could be trouble. Ochoa handles it on the first bounce. Fires to Lujan at first. Does he get him? Yes, he does.
Right, good work.
And Garcia with pretty good speed for a catcher, but he'll be out 6-3 for out number 2. So it turns it back over to the top of the lineup, and Eli Rodriguez to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Reached on catcher interference in the first, then flew out to end the second. Now the Clovis Wildcat leadoff hitter will step in with 2 outs, nobody on. Gonzalez deals the first one, and that one is going to just miss away for ball 1. But no matter how you look at it, Clovis has batted around this inning. Gonzalez now working a little bit quicker, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be at the letters. Good pitch. Evens it up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, nice little slider catching the outside corner. Good speed on that, too.
So the 1-1 strike count. 1-1 pitch curveball, and that one breaks over the outside part of the plate. Good pitch, strike 2.
Nice. A good way to follow that up with a completely different look, a different speed, and still got it over the corner, got it over the plate.
And the 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that'll be a hard shot. Ochoa handles it at short, double pumps, fires to Lujan at first,
nice.
In time, 6-3 for out number 3, but the damage is done as Clovis plates 6. After 2.5 innings of play, it's Clovis 9, Lovington trying to get on the board. Lovington Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball from, Lovington Baseball from Wildcat Field. And in the top of the third inning, there were 6 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the third. Cats coming up to the bat. TJ Miracle with a call.
Paredes steps in. The number 8 hitter for the Wildcats. Mendoza sails that one high for ball 1. Paredes, Rodriguez, and Bohannon, 8-9-1, due up for your Wildcats, who find themselves staring up at a 9-0 hole. Mendoza will deal the 1-0. Good pitch and swung on and missed by Odd, and then it evens the count at 1-1.
Wow. Mendoza works so quickly up there on the mound.
He does not waste much time. A 1-1 pitch, and that one going to sail ball number 2.
And I have to say that occasionally you might think that maybe he needs to take a little more time because he has a habit of being, a little inconsistent. I mean, he's got good stuff, but he's as likely to miss by a lot than he is to make it.
And the 2-1 pitch, and that one's going to be in there. Evens it up at 2-2. And some of that may be intentional. Yes. The old Nuke Lelouch, don't dig in.
Right.
Bull Durham reference, kids. Go watch it on YouTube, I guess. And the 2-2 pitch, that one up high for ball 3. Watch it on YouTube after you watch this game. Though I don't think Mendoza's in any danger of hitting the mascot. I don't see the mascot, number 1, but he hasn't been that off the plate. And the payoff pitch, and Paredes waves at strike number 3, and that'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Mendoza, and that'll bring Abraham Rodriguez to the plate.
However, I think the Cats have gone down swinging.
3 of the 4 strikeouts.
Right, have been. I'm going to turn my K around on one of them, but for the most part, they're in there. They're swinging at it, trying to hit.
Just hadn't quite gotten the timing down yet, and that one will sail a little bit on Mendoza. Garcia handles ball 1 to Rodriguez at the plate. Seth Bohannon waits on deck. Mendoza back to work, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to just miss off the outside corner, and that'll be ball number 2. So with 2-ball, no strike count.
The Cats have gotten, Lovington has gotten a couple of men on base and stranded in their first 2 at-bats.
2-0 is up and away, ball 3. Yeah, they just stranded the 1 as the second inning ended on the 1-6-5 double play.
That's right. So that technically it was not nobody was left on base actually in that one. So it's true.
Yeah, they're 2.5. Your line score for Lovington is no runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on. For Clovis, 9 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they've only left 1 runner on as well. And the 3-1 pitch from Mendoza. That one's going to be high for ball 4, and Rodriguez works the 1-out walk. That is the 3rd walk issued by Mendoza. So now Seth Bohannon to the plate. Is Lovington going to try and scrape some of those runs back? Turning it over back to the top of the lineup. Bohannon is a strikeout victim his first time up. Bohannon will settle in. And the first pitch, and that one's going to be away for ball number 1. All of a sudden, Mendoza having a little trouble finding the zone.
Right.
Even after Garcia went and talked to him, Garcia stabs that one to keep Rodriguez, who has pretty good speed over at first. Tapia holds him on over there, gets about a 3/4 of a step lead. Mendoza, the lefty, checks him, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed as Bohannon over the top of that one. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. No, 1-ball, 1-strike count. Rodriguez at first. Mendoza from the stretch, still working quickly. The 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low. Makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Right down the pipe, but just a little low. Lopez playing in on the grass at third, infield at double play depth. 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one is going to be on the inside corner, knee high. And evens things up at a ball and 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, I'm still trying to get my baseball legs under me.
And this ump has been mostly pretty consistent about his strike zone, his calls for both pitchers.
2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be in there. Called strike 3, and Bohannon down looking for the second time in the ball game. So now 2 down as Ryan Weiser to the plate. So Weiser to the plate as he walked and then was left stranded back in the first. So Rodriguez at first, 2 down now. As Mendoza kicks and fires away, ball 1. Garcia has to go stab that one to keep Rodriguez on the bag at first. And now it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Ryan can find a way on. Cam Ochoa waits on deck. Mendoza still from the stretch. Checks with Topping, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and Weiser will slam that one straight back into the retaining wall, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, he swung really late, made up his mind, and then took a really quick chop at it and hit it on the inside of part of the bat. Caught the underside of it just a bit and spun it back.
So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Somebody's car alarm decides it wants to. It's probably ours. Rodriguez over at first. Tapia holds him on the 1-1 pitch. Curveball swung on that one, lifted high in the air to deep right field. Going back and over is the right fielder Rivera, and he will grab it as it starts tailing away. And so Weiser flies out to right, gives it a ride, but comes up empty as Lovington puts a man on but can't move him around. We've played 3 here at Wildcat Park. It's Clovis 9, Lovington nothing. Lovington Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
And in the bottom of the third inning, there were no runs on no hits, no errors, one left on base. We go to top of the fourth. Lovington is trailing 9-0. Clovis up to the plate, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Quentin Culliver, Javier Jimenez, and Kobe Rivera. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Clovis as they try and add on to their 9-0 lead. As Ethan Gonzalez still on the hill for the Wildcats, who desperately need a quick inning if they can get it. A quick, clean inning if they can get it. First two innings were not particularly untidy. They were just a little bit unlucky, and not sure what the umpire is signaling over to the Lovington bench about.
I think maybe there were some players outside the railing or something, possibly. I don't know.
Maybe in the first pitch out. That's Jack's Pipecorn, who's pinch hitting. That's what that was about.
Ah, okay. There we go.
Pipecorn, his
Number
first
4.
time up.
Right.
And the wind and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up over on the left side. That could be trouble, as coming in and making the grab is Sanchez.
Nice catch. Had to cover some ground. Really judge that. That ball had some hang time. You really have to judge that when it stays up that long.
So flying out to the left fielder. So now it'll be Javier Jimenez to the plate.
Especially, when it starts getting about this time, when there's shadows out on the field and you're looking up and it's a little uneven out there too. So well played.
As Jimenez will take the first pitch and swing at strike number 1. As he gets up, spinning his finger like, yeah, I know, I gotta stay, keep my head in on that one. Jimenez with a homer back in the first of the 2-run variety, then a single to right, a little blue Texas leaguer in the third. He is 2 for 2. The umpire checking something on his lineup card. Yeah, they're in order, Coach, believe me. Or Blue, if they weren't, you'd be hearing it from us. And the 0-1 pitch on the way, and that one on the outside corner. Good pitch from Gonzalez, and it'll run the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Kobe Rivera waits on deck. 1 down here in this top of the 4th inning. And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that one's heading to the parking lot. Somebody better call the glass doctor, and it's a no ball, 2 strike count still.
And not only is our sun getting a little lower in the sky, the air is starting to get noticeably cooler. There's not much breeze still, but definitely getting a little chillier.
And the 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to just miss away for ball number 1. Gonzalez wanted it. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and I thought it was a good pitch to throw with an 0-2 count, seeing if he could get him to chase, out off of the plate just a little bit. Didn't bite, but still ahead in the count.
1-2 pitch, and that one going to be swung on. That's a line shot lifted off the shoe top's going to drop into shallow center field. Sweeser will come over into the hole in left center and get it back in, but it'll be a 1-out single for Jimenez to left. So he's 3 for 3 in the ball game, and that'll bring the cleanup hitter Kobe Rivera to the plate. Rivera walked and scored as part of the grand slam his last time up.
But he struck out his first time up.
Yes, he did, so he's 0 for 1 officially in the ball game with a run scored. So now he comes in. Jimenez stands at first, gets a pretty good lead over there. Lujan holds him on. Gonzalez has the sign he wants. He'll deal to the lefty and swung on, and that one going to be fouled off. A little chopper back behind the right field on deck circle. Strike 1. So no ball, 1 strike count. 1 down, 1 on for Clovis. Trying to get this into mercy rule territory. And Gonzalez steps off the hill. He has yet to make a throw over, but he stepped off the rubber a couple of times. Clovis fairly aggressive on the base paths. Big lead for Jimenez, about a step and a half over there as Lujan holds him on. And the 0-1 pitch, he goes, and that one will be a slow roller foul down the first baseline as Lovington wisely lets that one go foul. So Jimenez will have to trot 90 feet back to first, and it's an 0-2 count to Rivera at the plate.
Just a little practice run there.
Coach Cruz has put the hit and run on a couple of times in this ball game. Is yet to work for him, but you know he's thinking about it. Probably not with an 0-2 count, but he waits, and if he sees a spot at it, he'll do it as Gonzalez off the rubber once again and putting Jimenez back on first. Gonzalez looks into McKillop. The 0-2 pitch, that one is going to be high for ball one. Nathan McIntosh waits on deck.
And Josina Mendoza in the hole.
It's Josiah.
Josiah?
I believe so. Off the outside corner to the left, he evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hopefully we won't have to see Mendoza this inning. We'll just get out of this one and go to the bottom of the 4th.
Well, it would be nice.
So the 2-ball, 2-strike count, big lead over at first for Rivera. 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be hammered into the Clovis dugout. So Rivera gets a hold of it and keeps himself alive at 2-2. Clovis assistants tossing it back in.
Clovis scoring 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and 6 in the third.
From the stretch, Gonzalez looks at Jimenez, and the 2-2 pitch took something off of that one, and it comes up and over our heads. So the count stays at 2-2. Rivera, to his credit, has fought off a couple of pretty tough pitches to stay alive.
And Gonzalez is hanging in there as well. I think he's pitching a better game tonight than against when we saw him against Chaparral.
Yeah, I think so. Well, he's had a little more experience out there this season. So.
And it wasn't that he pitched badly there. It was just that noticeably this is better performance on the mound.
Giving up a couple of gopher balls, but that can happen.
Sure.
It's a team that hits pretty well. McKillop is going to flash the signs. Sets up over the outer third of the plate, and the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 as ring him up, sit him down. Rivera goes down swinging, but Jimenez will steal second. Now there's 2 down with McIntosh. Nope, we've got a new. So we've got another pinch hitter as Jerome Williams to the plate. So Williams to the plate as a pinch hitter.
Well, McIntosh was 0 for 2.
And the first pitch to Williams is going to be away for ball 1, a little bit low, too. Actually have another pinch hitter waiting on deck.
Wow.
Nope, that is Mendoza. Yeah, it's 17. I thought they were. I think it is.
Yeah, 17.
And we've got a ball that got away from the Clovis JV team warming up behind their dugout. So timeout on the field. So 1 ball, no strike count. Of course, don't forget, after tonight, and we'll talk about that after the 1-0 delivery to Williams. Gonzalez checks the runner at second and the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be low for ball 2. After tonight, we'll be back onto the hardwood. Basketball on Friday night from Valencia High School. That will be audio only. You're on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
You'll have the call. I'll try to be
2-0 pitch, and that one is going to be at the top of the zone for strike number 1. I think if Williams doesn't kind of try and crouch down to make himself a little smaller, I think that's probably ball 3, but umps don't often like that either. We will have video on the boys' game Saturday.
Right. I'll be doing a couple of softball games during the day at the Black Gold Tournament, but then I'll come up and join you for that game Saturday night. So we'll have a little softball Saturday.
Friday and Saturday both.
Friday and Saturday both. A little basketball.
2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count to the pinch hitter Williams, second pinch hitter that Coach Cruz has put up this inning.
We're getting our baseball done early in the week before we hit the weekend.
Yes, we are. McKillop sets up well outside.
2 outs, 2-2 count here.
Kick and a pitch and swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3 and down to first just in case. So back-to-back Ks, and it is the mostly clean inning that Lovington needed as no runs come across. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Lovington trailing 9-0. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment from on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Welcome back to Lovington Baseball. In the top of the 4th, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to bottom of the 4th, Lovington trailing 9-0, but they're coming up to the bat, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. New pitcher in the ball game for the Clovis Wildcats. Taking over on the hill will be number 9, Jaden Jamison. Sounds like he should be from here in Lovington, but
It's true. I thought that when I was doing the lineup, when I was writing the lineup down in the book.
so Jamison now taking over the hill. Peepcorn takes over at second base for Culliver. And let me see if that's Williams taking over at shortstop.
Lovington Wildcat baseball team.
And turn around, young man, so I can see your
I
number.
think he's number 1 out there in shortstop. If he's 1, that's Zane Uriaste. But I couldn't tell for sure.
Yeah,
Is it 9 or 1? Could be.
We'll
could
check
be
it
9.
out.
All right.
Well, 9's on the hill, so
Right.
Cameron Ochoa will step in. We know that for a fact.
All right.
First pitch to Cameron. He'll take that one and send it out to the parking lot for strike 1. Ochoa, Gonzalez, and Patrick Sanchez due up for your Cats, 3, 4, and 5. That's the guys you want to see if you can get things started against a new pitcher in Jamison. Now Jamison from the right side, and the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be hit into deep center field, going back, and on the run is McIntosh. Actually, that may be Williams back there. That is Williams in center. So it's a long out to center for out number 1. So now Ethan Gonzalez to the plate.
Gave it a good ride and a nice try.
And that is still Jimenez at shortstop, just FYI. So Williams in center now. We'll reset him for you here in a minute as Ethan Gonzalez steps in. First pitch from Jamison. Curveball is going to just miss for ball 1. So with the changes for Clovis, you've got Jamison on the hill. Garcia still catching. Tapia, Peepcorn, Jimenez, Lopez around the infield first to third. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed as Ethan took a big hack at it but comes up empty. Rodriguez, Williams, and Rivera in the outfield from left to right. As Garcia going to trot out and have a quick word with his new pitcher. Friday afternoon before the basketball game, you will have Lovington girls softball from the Black Gold Slugfest. We got a lot of Lovington this week.
We do.
Possible playoff preview with Silver City in town for that one. At 2 o'clock for the first pitch on that one. 1-1 pitch from Jamison to Sanchez is going to be, Gonzalez outside, ball 2. Sanchez is on deck. Jamison a little bit more deliberate worker, but still pretty quick. And the 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be up and away, ball 3. Actually up and in, ball 3. I said, still getting my baseball legs under me. Outfield playing pretty well normal depth. Rivera shading over towards the alley in right center as that one is going to be popped up high in the air over on the left side.
Could be trouble.
As coming over is Jimenez and grabs it about 10 feet out into the outfield and behind third base. So Gonzalez pops out to the shortstop officially. And now there are 2 down for the Wildcats as Patrick Sanchez to the plate. So Patrick walked and was left stranded back in the second. One of just 2 Lovington base runners who have, no, he didn't get left stranded. He got picked off as part of a DP. There we go. I can't read my own handwriting and my own notes. First pitch to Patrick and right into center field, and that one is going to drop in front of Williams. So that is the first hit of the ball game for the Wildcats, and it comes in the 3 2/3 mark of the ball game.
Number 14, Cole McKillop.
So now it'll be Cole McKillop to the plate. McKillop 0 for 1, but now Lovington with the single to center. Going to try to climb back out of this one.
Right, and it comes with 2 outs, so maybe Lovington can get the little 2-out rally going here.
They would like to try it, so McKillop, the catcher, steps in the neutral stance as Jamison steps off the rubber. Sanchez with pretty good speed over at first. Gets about we'll call it right out of step as Jamison comes to the plate, and that one getting around on it a little bit late is McKillop, but he fights it off foul out on the right side. Strike 1. McKillop wears number 14. Now he settles back in towards the front part of the right side box. Sanchez gets his lead over at first as Tapia holds him on. Jamison with the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be just low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
If he can find his way on, Lujan is on deck and Paredes in the hole.
So the 1-1 strike count. Jamison deals as the runner goes. The throw down, that is going to be behind Sanchez and gets away from Eepcorn at second. So it'll be the stolen base for Sanchez. Jimenez backs him up, so that keeps Sanchez at second, but he gets the stolen base.
Yeah, he got a good jump on it, but he does have good speed, very quick.
Just the second cat in scoring position this evening. So now let's see if McKillop can keep the line moving. And the 2-1 pitch swung on. That one's hit off the fists, and Lopez will handle it at third. Double clutches. Fires to Tapia at first. Took his time, set his feet, and fired over 5-3 for out number 3. Lovington gets their first hit of the game, but can't move anybody across the plate. We've played 4. It's Clovis 9, Lovington nothing, as Lovington Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Wildcat Baseball here in Lovington. In the bottom of the 4th inning, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. So we go to the top of the 5th inning, and Clovis is coming up to the plate, leading 9-0 here with the call. TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Purple Wildcats. That's the Clovis Wildcats, as Coach Cruz has started making some liberal substitutions, but it looks like he will lead it off with Josiah Mendoza, who pitched the first 3 innings of this ball game and would be in line for the win. He is the designated hitter now that Jamison has taken over as the pitcher. So it should be Mendoza, Lopez, and Tapia, if I had to guess. And so Mendoza, his last time up, reached via an error, had an RBI and scored, also stole the base. So now Mendoza will step to the plate as the lights come on here at Wildcat Park.
Yeah, I guess that was wishful thinking on my part, that the game was going to be that quick. That was in softball timing. Maybe the game would have been over before the lights came on with it starting at 4:30, but here, not so much.
First pitch from Gonzalez to Mendoza is inside for ball number 1 as Lopez will come over and retrieve the baseball.
It's a beautiful sunset. We can't even see.
And that'll be a hard shot, line shot right up the middle. And so Mendoza will lead it off with a hard single to center. And that'll bring now Bernie Lopez to the plate. Lopez walked and scored his last time up. He reached via an error and then scored back in the second. So Lopez will step in as he looks down to third for Coach Cruz to get his signals. So Mendoza running at first. Takes about a 3/4 of a step lead as Lujan will hold him on over there. As Gonzalez checks him. Now looks to McKillop and the first pitch, and that one is going to be up and in for ball number 1 to Lopez. Lopez worked the count full his last time up before working the walk, so he's very patient at the plate. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Gonzalez off the rubber and going to force Mendoza to go diving back into the bag at first. You might think Coach Cruz would think about the hit and run. He's done it a couple of times, and that one is going to be right at the top of the zone. And evens the count at a ball and a strike on the fastball. Then it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the sun going down as we click towards 6 o'clock.
Right. We can't even see the west, all of the sunset, but it's beautiful. Gold.
And the 1-1 pitch, runner goes, and the hit and run is on. That is a bouncer. It's going to force Ochoa to come up, and he fires to first in time to get Lopez 6-3 for out number 1, but it does move Mendoza to second. So the hit and run works to perfection is now Gabe Tapia, who hit one basically back to Clovis his last time up, steps in. He's 2 for 2 with 5 RBIs in the ball game. Gonzalez gets the sign. He deals, and that'll be a hard shot. That's going to find its way through between third and short. Coach Cruz is going to wave Mendoza around. He rounds third, heads towards home as the throw-in from Sanchez not going to be in time, and it'll be an RBI single for Gabe Tapia, his 6th RBI of the ball game, as that will cash in Mendoza. Now it is a 10-0 Clovis lead. Tapia moves to second on the throw to the plate. It was Sanchez had a good throw to the plate. They're just not quite in time. So now we will have a new player in the game. That'll be Zane Yoroste for the catcher, Jackson Garcia. So Yoroste, a lefty, will step in to pinch hit for the catcher, Garcia. Of course, now that we are at 10-0, Lovington, if they can keep it right here, would need to get at least 1 run in the bottom of the 5th to keep this game moving. 10 run after 5 mercy rule in high school baseball in the land of enchantment. Gonzalez deals, and that one on the outside corner. Good pitch to the lefty, Yoroste, strike 1.
Yeah, very nice pitch.
Eli Rodriguez waits on deck.
Well, there is 1 out, and
that helps.
Lovington's got something to work with there.
As Sanchez prepares, checks the runner, comes to the plate, and that one is going to be low for ball 1. So it evens the count at a ball and a strike to Yoroste, Zane Yoroste. Pinch hitting for the catcher, Garcia. Runner at second is Tapia. And the 1-1 pitch, and ding-dong, that one runs inside. That one just got away from Gonzalez and came in. And so the first hit batter of the ball game will put Clovis Wildcats at first and second. And now it'll turn the lineup back over to Eli Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 2 officially. He did reach on a catcher interference and score in the first. So now 2 on, just 1 out. Field's got to be thinking about the double play here if they can keep it on the ground. Rodriguez hit it on the ground his last time up, and he watches the first one on the outside corner, strike 1. Jack Peepcorn waits on deck. So a no ball, 1 strike count, 2 on, 1 out. Lovington trying to get out of another pickle here in the top of the 5th inning. And the pitch swung on, and that one's heading to the parking lot. So a no ball, 2 strike count. So 0-2 the count. Gonzalez trying to pitch his way out of some trouble here. He gets the sign from McKillop and timeout asked for. And they call the balk, and so that moves everybody around. Tapia to third. And Udoste to second on the balk. So now I think we have just about officially seen everything. We haven't seen anybody thrown out. We haven't seen anybody missing a bag yet. We saw that entirely too many times last year. And the pitch is up high, ball one. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Rodriguez at the plate. So now runners at second and third as Gonzalez deals the 1-2, and that one's going to be high. So the count evens up at 2-2 as Tapia over at third. Now Udoste at second. Beepcorn waits on deck. McKillop flashes the signs. Now Gonzalez is ready, and the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to miss away. Ball three.
So full count, runners on second and third. Got one out here. Top of the fifth inning. Lovington really needing to keep Clovis from scoring anymore. Clovis wants to break it open and get another run, 2 or 3.
Payoff pitch, check swing. Did he go? Nope, he held it up, and the ump lets him go on down on the walk, so that'll walk the bases loaded. Tapia at third, Udoste at second. Now Rodriguez at first. Beepcorn to the plate. He flew out to left his last time up. He is 0 for 1. And just needs to worry about making the pitches here, and the 1-0 delivery, and that one is going to be off the outside corner, ball 2.
Yep, you just got to throw strikes and trust your fielders.
Corner and fielders are in. And the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. Lujan into foul ground next to the bag at first, makes the grab, and sent out 2 down for the Clovis Wildcats.
Good job. Pop out to position 3 in the books for the second out.
Mm-hmm. And so now it'll be Javier Jimenez to the plate. Jimenez is 3 for 3 with a couple RBIs and a couple runs scored. So Jimenez, the shortstop, will settle in with 2 down, but the base is loaded. And the first pitch curveball, and that one going to miss inside for ball 1. 10-0 the score. If they can keep it right here, Lovington would need to score at least 1 to force a 6th inning. And the 1-0 pitch to Jimenez, and that's a hard shot through. It's going to find its way into left field. That'll get 1 run home. And Coach Cruz is just going to hold everybody up as that'll cash in Tapia. It'll move Udoste to third, Rodriguez to second, and an RBI single to left for Jimenez, his 3rd RBI of the night. Now it is 11-0. So now it'll be Coulter Williams on to pinch hit for Kobe Rivera. And Coach Cruz going into the bench a ways. I believe he's just got 2 players left that have not come in yet. So Williams, his first at bat of the night, will bat with 2 outs in the first pitch, and that one is going to get away from McKillop, and that'll score a run as that will cash in Udoste. It's ball 1. I don't know, Don. Is that a pass ball or a wild pitch?
It's right on the edge. I don't know. He got a glove on it.
So I'm going to call it a pass ball. So the pass ball will score the run. He moves Jimenez to second, Rodriguez to third, and the 1-0 pitch to Williams at the plate, and that one is off the corner for ball 2. So now a 12-0 ball game. Lovington would need 3 runs to see a 6th inning. Clovis just trying to keep the line moving. And the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a chopper, and waiting for it patiently is Bohannon over to Lujan at first in time. 5-3 for out number 3, but the damage is done as Clovis puts 3 more on the board. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Do or die time for the Wildcats. They trail 12-0. This is Lovington Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and woo!
And welcome back to Lovington Baseball. In the top of the 5th inning, there were 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Lovington is trailing 12-0. Coming up to the plate, though, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be up to 7, 8, and 9, the bottom third of the Wildcat lineup. To see if they can extend this game, Lovington is going to need 3 runs to get this game into a 6th inning. So it'll be Lujan, Paredes, and Rodriguez due up for the Wildcats. The Cats did get their first hit of the ball game an inning ago, so Fidencio steps in. Lujan grounded into a double play in the 2nd. So he's going to look to try and get the line moving. Jamison still on the bump for Clovis. Lujan in, and the first pitch, and swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. Uroste, now the catcher. So Uroste the catcher, Jamison on the hill. We've got some other changes out there. We'll get them as we can. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be away from Jamison, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Cats down to their final 3 outs potentially tonight. Uroste sets up well inside against the lefty Lujan, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is back to the screen. And so it's now a 1-2 count. So the 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Xavier Ruiz on deck.
As the wind and the pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Lujan swinging. That'll be the 6th strikeout of the night for Wildcat batters. So now it'll be Ruiz on as the pinch hitter. So Ruiz to pinch hit here with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Rodriguez waits on deck. As Jamison will deal the first pitch to Ruiz on the outside corner. Good fastball, strike 1. 1-ball, no strike count. Jamison not wasting much time. Everybody bunch pretty much set up in their normal positions. Now Jamison going to step off. And now he's ready as Uroste flashes the signs, and the 0-1 pitch to Ruiz. Swung on and missed. And it's now a no-ball, 2-strike count. Right fielder playing fairly shallow out there and shading over towards the alley in right center. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be a fastball missing inside, ball 1.
It does leave a little room back there, even if he swung a little late and popped it right over that first baseman. It might give him a hit and get him on.
Could be. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Ruiz swinging back-to-back Ks as he's tagged out as Uroste drops the ball. 7th strikeout for Clovis pitching, the 2nd K for Jamison. And so now Lovington down to their final 3 strikes. It'll be up to the number 9 hitter, Abraham Rodriguez, to try and move this game along. So Jamison on the hill trying to get this one over with. Urosti sets up well outside in the first pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. As Rodriguez took a mighty cut at it, but came up empty. Rodriguez can find a way on. Bohannon waits on deck. Jamison deals the 0-1, and that one is at the top of the zone. Strike 2.
Oh, wow.
The blue-clad faithful not liking it. The purple faithful thinking it was a pretty good call. He's called that one all night, though, on both teams. I will say that. He gives the pitcher the top of the zone. So no complaints there. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be in the dirt and gets all the way through Urosti and back to the retaining wall. So it'll run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coach comes over and picks up the baseball as Jamison will get a new piece of cowhide to twirl. And on the 1-2 pitch, and that one swung on and fought off and up into the netting. So Rodriguez will stay alive, fight it off. The Cats down to their final strike, potentially. Unless Rodriguez can find his way on. Jamison shakes off a couple. Now he has what he wants. And the 1-2 pitch and the curveball is in there, called strike 3, and Jamison strikes out the side. And down go the Wildcats, 1-2-3 in the 5th. So this is a ball game now as the Clovis Wildcats victorious in this one, 12-0. We'll be back momentarily to wrap things up. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Baseball as this one has ended in the 5th inning via the run rule, a 12-0 victory for the Clovis Wildcats.
That's right. In the bottom of the 5th inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and your final is 12-0.
And let's go ahead and take a look at the final numbers in this one. For Clovis, they get 12 runs on 8 hits, no errors committed. They only leave 4 runners stranded out on the base paths. The winning pitcher tonight was Mendoza. For Lovington, no runs, just 1 hit. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 3 runners on base, as going the complete distance was Ethan Gonzalez, and he will take the loss. So a tough one tonight for Lovington, but they just got to put it behind them and get ready for their next batch of games. Now, our next batch of games will actually start on Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock. You will be at the Black Gold Slugfest.
Right.
Lovington taking on Silver City here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And then I'll be heading over to Los Lunas for the girls' first-round basketball game, as the Lovington Lady Cats be taking on the Lady Jaguars of Valencia. And then Saturday, softball all day, and then basketball at 7 o'clock. So
right.
Lovington basketball, all of it. We're going to be busy. So.
Well, happily so, though, and of course, Lovington still trying to really put their game together here early on in this season. So, some lessons to take away, and playing, of course, a 5A team here. So we'll just be watching as they develop, into this season a little bit more.
So until we talk next, my friends, for Tiff Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square, for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Park. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.